All right, guys, so good news for the 392 boys, the Scat Pack boys, the Daytona 392, SRT 392 boys. The Direct Connection kits for the 392s are still coming. They're still on the menu to come out. Unfortunately, we don't know when they're coming out, and neither does Dodge. Apparently because of shortage of chips and the fact that the EPA has not fully approved of these stage tuner kits for these cars, that's what's holding them up. But Tim Kaniskis just stated that they're still in production, they're still on their way, and you will still be able to get your stage kits for your 392. Now, you remember we talked about the 392 numbers. You should be able to take your 392 up to about 650, 680 horsepower after all of the stage tuner kits, right? For you guys that's out there waiting on the brand new Hellcat, right? The most powerful Hellcat known to man, the last Hellcat known to man, 900 horsepower to 1,000. You can keep holding your breath, because the fact of the matter is that, you know, they're not coming out anytime soon. That's just the honest to God truth, because they keep blowing up the Hemi. They can't figure out a way not to blow them up. 900 to 1,000 horsepower is just too much for the engine or the platform that they're working with right now. So they're still testing it out. So if you're waiting on that, keep holding your breath, because it's going to be a minute. Either way, let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video for you guys. You can tell I'm in a car. That makes this a car vlog. You already know what's going down when I come around. Let's get into it, man. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around, because you are in the right place. For now, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So let's talk about it, guys. So first and foremost, guys, really good news for the 392 boys. The Direct Connection tuner kits are still coming out. They're still on their way. We were talking about this for a while. We were talking about this for quite some time, that essentially with the tuner kits, that would take our 392s well above the stock 485, somewhere into the 650 horsepower. Now, that was going to answer a lot of questions for you guys that were considering upgrading to Hellcats, because a lot of you guys wanted to keep your 392s. You love your 392s. It produces enough power, but of course you wanted more, but you did not want to take on another car payment, you know, brand new car payment for a Hellcat, but you did want to keep what you already had, because a lot of you guys have your 392s paid off, which makes sense. I don't blame you one bit. They're saying that the 392 stage kits are still on their way. It's just they're facing delays. If we didn't have, this is coming directly from Tim Kaniskis, if we didn't have a shortage of chips for the controllers and the full approval from the EPA right now, we would have the stage kits really out there and available for sale right now. So basically, he's saying that they're still facing shortages as far as the parts are concerned, probably due to COVID. And they're still trying to get full approval from the EPA for these stage kits to come out. Because presumably, you know, once you upgrade or update or whatever you want to call it, mod out these engines, they're going to be louder, they're going to be faster, going to be more dangerous, probably going to be putting out more carbon dioxide and all sorts of pollutants and all that stuff into the atmosphere. So they've got to run that through the EPA. You know what I'm saying? And the EPA's got to give them the green light on that. At this moment, they were only able to get the green light for the Hellcats, which is interesting because it's like those engines are bigger, and I'm sure they're putting out more pollutants in the air than the Scats would, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe there's a difference between the 6.4 naturally aspirated and the 6.2 liter supercharged. But either way, that's what's holding it up. They're still waiting on approval from the EPA, and they're still waiting on parts and chips and all that stuff to come in. So once that comes in, we will be able to get our 392 stage updates or stage kit updates, all that good stuff. And like I said, in theory, we should be able to take our 485 horsepower Scat Packs to over 600, over 650 probably, which would put us right there at Hellcats, not a Hellcat, but close to a Hellcat. But, and then of course, everything's backed by Dodge, warranted by Dodge. All the work is done by Dodge. So in theory, everything should be perfect because it came from Dodge. So you shouldn't have to worry about running back and forth to the shop, because Dodge should be able to have you taken care of, provided you go to the right dealership and get it taken care of. So that's number one. We're still waiting on that, but guys, rest assured, for you guys that want to keep your 392 and keep your hands on your 392, you're not interested in selling or upgrading, they're still coming. They're on their way. It's just they don't know when they're going to come out. Obviously, it's got to come in 2023 sometime, because they're getting rid of the Scats and the Cats after 2023. So, I mean, basically, if you can hold on to your 392 for, I guess, a year, you should be seeing some updates within 365 days, right? So let's give it a year. You know what I'm saying? 6 months to a year. We should be seeing it much sooner than that. But like I said, at the absolute worst, a full year in 2023. And then you should be able to have your stage kits for your scat packs, your 392s, your Daytonas, your SRT 392s, your TA 392s, all that good stuff. Take it to a whole nother level, right? And as far as the last Hellcat is concerned, now you know that this was the 7th last call edition car that they were releasing. This is supposed to be the last Hellcat, the most powerful Hellcat. It's going to be a Challenger, wide body. We already know that. They don't give Chargers any love. But apparently it's supposed to be the last one, the most powerful one. So everybody's assuming well over 900 horsepower because it only makes sense. The Demon was 840. The Jailbreak is 804. So it's got to be 900 plus. It would not make sense for them to drop a 880 horsepower Hellcat or 890. That would be stupid because with the red eye stage tuner kits from Direct Connection, which is still set to come out as well, in theory, your red eye would be able to put down 880 horsepower, right? After you've done the pre-stage, stage 1 and stage 2. So it would make sense for the last Hellcat, the most powerful Hellcat, to be the same power as a red eye, because I'm sure a lot of you guys would sit back and say, well, I'm just going to save my money and take my car to Dodge and have them put the Direct Connection tuner kits on there and save money as opposed to going out and buying a brand new car. So needless to say, this new Hellcat has to be 900 to 1,000 horsepower plus. It'll probably come out in limited quantities. You know what I'm saying? And when it does drop, I mean, you'll obviously know it'll have a bigger supercharger. That's what Dodge is known for. They give us the same Hellcat engine. They just give it a bigger supercharger. Bigger supercharger. It may even be a bigger engine, man. We might see a 7-liter Hellcat engine, supercharged 7-liter Hellcat engine. That would be crazy. That would be ridiculous. I mean, literally the most powerful car ever built if they do something like that. 1,000 horsepower, maybe 950. They're saying 909. And then maybe after like an E85, because they're saying it's supposed to be E85, 909. And then once you put the flex fuel in there, it's supposed to be like 950, 980, something like that. So right under 1,000 horsepower. But needless to say, we're not going to see that car anytime soon, because apparently Dodge can't keep from blowing it up. I mean, they've blown up 7. This is what the reports say. They've blown up 7 Hellcat engines since October of testing this new more powerful Hellcat or whatever, because they've been testing it out obviously before it hits the market, and they can't keep from blowing it up. And obviously that's a huge issue, overheating and ultimately blowing up your damn car, because like I know that a lot of people are, they're going to look at it like, even though it's 900 plus horsepower, I still want to modify it and upgrade it to get it to 1,000. So they're going to be adding stuff to it as well. So needless to say, the biggest thing is that they just can't keep from blowing it up. And because they can't keep from blowing it up, it cannot go into distribution, right? Until they find a way to stop it from blowing the hell up. So if you're waiting on that last call, last Hellcat edition, keep holding your breath, because it's not coming out anytime soon. But for everybody else, you just want a run-of-the-mill standard 807, 797 horsepower Hellcat, those are available. Jailbreaks, red eyes, standard Hellcats, all of those cars are available. So you can go ahead and put the order in from those. But right now, like I said, we're waiting on the 392 stage kits. We're waiting on the Hellcat stage 2s. The red eye stage 2 kits as well, because a lot of you guys have Hellcats and red eyes and you want to take that to a whole other level, which makes sense. We're still waiting on the stage 2 kits for those. We're still waiting on the 392 kits, and then we're still waiting on the last Hellcat. So we've got a lot coming in 2023, I would assume. I highly doubt that they're going to drop any of this stuff in the next 8 days before the new year. So 2023 is going to be a big year all around for all kinds of updates and new stuff coming to the platform. So just keep your keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll see something here soon, guys. But that's pretty much where we're at now. So for the 392 boys, I want to reiterate, hold on to your 392s. They will, they will be getting more power soon. It's just, we don't know when, right? So with that being said, guys, I will see you in the next one. Talk to me, like, subscribe, comment. See you in the next one. Peace.